Hi guys, so thank you all for 600 subscribers. So for the subscriber special, I'm going to read Giant Size Avengers number 4. So in this comic, the Scarlet Witch and Vision marry, and also Swordsman and Mantis marry. And Dormammu's in this comic, who's Doctor Strange's archenemy. He's the villain in it. I don't know if I'm going to make this into parts, or if it's just going to be one big video, but I'll just see. So, Avengers assemble for the most long-awaited wedding of the decade. But what God has joined together, the dread Dormammu may put asunder. And there came a day unlike any other, when Earth's mightiest heroes and heroines found themselves united against a common threat. On that day, the Avengers were born, to fight the foes no single superhero could withstand. Through the years, their roster has prospered, changing many times, but their glory has never been denied. Heed the call, then for now, the Avengers assemble. Stan Lee presents the Mighty Avengers. Steve Englehart, Saga. Don Heck, Pencils. John Tartag, Inks. C. Jeter, Letterer. Pete Goldberg, Colorist. Len Wein, Editor. Where am I? Where are you, Vision? Can an artificial man who has been voyaging outside our normal laws of time and space ever know exactly where he's at? No matter. You will come to know today, for you are exactly where you should be. Let all men bring together. It seems like a nightmare, another phenomenon. My computer mind shares with its organic brothers the nightmare that knows no end. I was in the year 1968. Invisibly observing as the original A Human Torch was rebuilt by Ultron 5 and Torch's creator, Professor Horton, to become myself. At least I was Ultron's ghastly goal in his scheme to obtain a synthetic slavish son, but though he had altered the android's body, he had not altered mine. It was still the hero of the 1940s and 50s who lay there, and my heart thrilled with pride as I watched him attack, until the nightmare began. Ultron, fleeing, blasted Professor Horton, and the transformed Torch fell helplessly to his knees. Oh, wait, is that Vision talking, or... Rebuilt by... Okay, so I think it is Vision, I'm not sure, but, fell to his knees beside the only being he could ever call father. A few halting words, a choking sigh, and tears were the only legacy the professor could leave his sole issue. Yet the nightmare was far from finished. When the android caught up to Ultron, all his rage availed him from nothing, and he fell before the robot's might. And then the android's mind was altered, reprogrammed using the taped brain patterns of a dead Wonder Man, and the Vision came to be. Irritably, he shakes his head, wrenching his gaze back from within. I don't know, maybe I should do... I don't know what kind of voice to do for Vision. I'm trying to do like a robot voice for him, because he is a robot, he's an android. Yeah, I'll just stick with the one I'm doing. Then I should have returned to Immortus, my journey completed, but instead I... What's that? Can a synthetic man, a man of wires and diodes, plastic parts, hear his psychic scream? The answer is obvious. For all possesses psyches who possesses souls. Someone is in pain, a woman, and in this direction. Even though it looks like I've been delivered to the pits of hell, I can will myself to such total density as to ignore the heat. And so No! Brother, behold you!
Ha ha, behold, Umar. Now the Vision dares to breach the dread Dormammu in his den. First came Clea, and now this.
Doctor Strange, number 7, last month when?
But in between Avenger came the Scarlet Witch, drawn here to the molten heart of the earth. by my constantly increasing power, to die in homage to my glory.
As revenge for your defeat at her hands, I take it?
You take things quite calmly, creature.
So that was an Avengers number 118. And I'm going to read all these comics I'm going to read. But it's going to take me years and years to read them all. But I'm going to eventually read all of them. But
in the face of one already powerful enough to imprison the Earth Goddess.
Emotions are my obsession, Dormammu. But they will not hamper me now. I must make full use and sole use of my logic, if I am to overcome you for the life of my beloved.
Ha 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 ha.
For 3 issues of the regular size Avengers book, we'd be leaping back and forth between the Vision and the enigmatic Mantis, so it's too late to stop now. Mantis, this one is mistaken, or there not another Avenger expected here at the Temple of the Kree. You ask this one a question? You, apparently omniscient? Yes, verdant one. There is another Avenger. Just as I sent these forth throughout the history of the Kree universe to prepare the way for you, so too did I send the Vision through his history of himself. Not for nothing is Immortus, the master of time. And yet in the time of now, the Vision is indeed overdue, and I do not know why. What prompted the question? This one feels pain, and a great deep-wrenching sorrow. Sorrow enough to empty the clouds, and he senses Avengers involved. It must be the Vision, otherwise the Syncto staff he carried here would have brought him here. Continue the explanation, please. I shall search him out. So the image of Immortus lingers for a moment like a dying ghost, but the strange green figure in the image of a dead man seems hardly to take notice. The explanation. Thus far you have learned who the celestial Madonna is to be, Mantis, and you will soon understand that the history of the universe has shown you why. Now at last you shall hear of Mantis herself, so that you may know what the Madonna is. Precisely put, she is the perfect human. This one? You cannot believe it of yourself, can you? As a matter of fact, Mantis, that is the secret of your success. For she who knew she neared perfection, Moondragon, has failed to find the humanity you possess. Let this one begin at the beginning. With 2 tiny Earth girls, one named Mantis and one named Heather, 2 girls of intellect, poise, and sound health, on the final day of the final month of the year 1958. That day, both children lost their families. Heather's parents were murdered in an automobile crash in the American desert, while in Vietnam, Mantis's mother was assassinated by her villainous brother's hoodlums. So all this happened in Avengers number 135 and Avengers number 123, for the recollection of those events. And her brother, though blinded, fled with her to this temple, where he gave her up. Simultaneously, Heather was being taken to a temple on Titan. Now, something about this, I don't know much about this, but I think Moondragon and Mantis's father later became, Moondragon's father was Drax the Destroyer from Guardians of the Galaxy. Drax the Destroyer was Moondragon's father. Because Drax the Destroyer was originally a human, I think. But each girl then grew under the absolute guidance of our respective priests. Priests who, through situated a constellation apart, could all trace their lineage down the corridors of time. The persecuted pacifistic Kree. Issue number 134, L. They instructed their charges in the art of mind and body, then worshipped them for what they may someday become. And there's like an advertisement for Doctor Strange. I don't know if the last yet. This is Iron Man, MODOK Machine. Yeah, there's different advertisements. Sorry I didn't notice that. But you said earlier, Mantis, that the moon dragon's origin and yours were similar. It is not so surprising when you see they were designed to produce similar women, eh? And you are more similar than either of you knows, for you know nothing of your later training, the ultimate goal of your instruction. You see, you two were trained to perceive the telepathy of the planet life your priest nurtured. You were the only non-Kree ever to communicate with the Kotadi. That was the basis for what Mantis now calls her empathetic nature, and for Moondragon's phenomenal comprehension of the human mind, a comprehension natural only to Kotati's non-human intellect. However, upon your satisfactory completion of this instruction, all memories of it were removed from your minds. Moondragon then remained in her temple to continue the life of a priestess, while Mantis was given a set of false memories concerning a girlhood in Saigon. Once this one attacked you for such lies, Libra, and she feels you should do so again. Of course, it's Avengers number 123 that happened. Of course, from that day forward, you resisted the thought of anything but the present. You still do. How do you know this? You are no priest. No. I am a member of the Zodiac Cartel. As I told you, the priests could never curb my desire for easy living. But I am also your father, and I knew more of their plans for you than I admitted, so I was theirs to command in any matter involving your welfare. If I might interject here, since I seem both intimately involved in this story and yet ignored by it, why were two girls chosen, and why were our pasts torn apart? To develop a perfect human is not an easy task, Moondragon. Though you both possess promising attributes, no one could ever have foretold in 1958 which one of you would prove better. Moreover, during the long years of your maturation, one of you might have died, so a second girl ensured continuation in such a case. However, when you both completed your training, it was apparent that Mantis was of an earthier nature than you, so she was selected to abandon her temple and walk amidst other humans, to seek perfect humanity. As you have learned from your encounters with Captain Marvel and Daredevil, a cloistered life cannot impart complete understanding of life in the full society. Thus, while you distinguish yourself as priestess, athlete, and scientist on Titan, Mantis was learning the mysteries of mankind, on the streets of mankind. Then, with all my knowledge and power of the mind, am inferior to Mantis? You were not chosen, that is all. You are a woman of much knowledge and power of the mind, and your life is far from finished. At its end waits your destiny. Today, however, we speak of Mantis. This day, old friend, it doth seem that even the mighty Thor, son of Odin, shall encounter wonders undreamt in Asgard, while he and the other mighty Avengers do not but observe.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Goldilocks.
Wait a minute.
What's Hawkeye want, I wonder?
And there's a advertisement for I think Damian Hellstorm, son of Satan, is in the Defenders. But come here, you guys, listen. I was getting bored of listening to that green guy gab, so I slipped out to take a walk. And look what I found.
Good Lord, something's torn up. The Titanic 3.
Everybody remembers our non-tarnished trio of communist counterpunchers consisting of back-to-front Radioactive Man Crimson Dynamo and the Titanium Man from Avengers number 130. Right, Len?
One look at this armor, and I know they're not faking Thor. These guys are tough, but something did a job on them. Dynamo. Alex Neven. Who did this? How'd it happen? Iron Man. So we meet again. I regret that I will be some time in recovering my strength, so I cannot greet you as you deserve. My friends and I were looking out for you. We're looking for you. The Avengers' disappearance from the center of Saigon raised quite a stir. We did not know someone else sought you also. Who, Naven? Who was it? He said to call him.
Oh, Spider-Man, says the advertisement. So I'll read this one. So Spider-Man in the trap. My spider sense is tingling. Must be trouble up ahead. Here comes Spider-Man, boss. Your calculations were right. Certainly they were. Are you men ready with the super steel spider net? Sure, boss. You'll never break out of this. Then throw it, you lunkheads. Now! Uh-oh. I knew this wasn't going to be my day. Your days are numbered, Spider-Man. You'll never escape from our windowless 5-foot-thick concrete security still. Take 'em away, boys. Rats. Looked like they really got me unless... Hey, Hotshot. Wait not to be a nice guy and let me out of here. Not a chance, Webhead. Not even for $1,000,000. No? Then how about some delicious Hostess fruit pies? Gee, you got Hostess fruit pies? Never go any place without 'em. And you can have 'em all if you set me free. The boss will have my head, but... Gee, life-breaking crust. Real fruit filling. You got a deal, web slinger. There you go, lunkhead. I knew you couldn't resist Hostess fruit pies. Wow, apple, cherry, blueberry. My taste buds are painting. Now to take care of the boss man and the rest of the gang. Between my webbing and delicious Hostess fruit pies, they haven't got a chance. You get a big delight in every bit of Hostess fruit pies. I think they still sell those, probably. I'm pretty sure they do. But Kang. So the villain was Kang.
You plan to stand against my will, then, Vision. You, an android, something even less than a man, will stand against a god.
Yes.
Bah! This woman is not worth your death, Avenger. She is headstrong, very headstrong, though that quality led her to defeat me 1 year past, and call upon forces she could not control. Even with her new knowledge of true witchcraft, you can see the result.
Oh, I've skipped this.
It also led her to disregard her Miss Harkness's warnings. Forget her, Vision. I know not how you came here, but depart the same way. I have no reason to hate you as yet, but if you persist...
You talk a great deal for one with such powers, as you proclaim, Dormammu. Can it be that you bluff?
Bluff?
Suddenly there are massive gibbering shapes, half glimpsed here and there in the shimmering sulphurous haze. They weren't there before. The Vision is certain of that. But they're surging toward him now. Fire streams from their muzzles, a liquid thing, unlike any fire of earthly origin. It thunders heavily through the space occupied by the android, eager to consume him, but he is not truly there. Great strain controlling density. Heat excites atoms, makes precision difficult, tiring. More. Voyage through time has precluded replenishment of solar energy, weakening quickly. Stop. Possible solution. This body's ability to absorb any flame to certain limits when it housed Human Torch. There was no alteration in plastoid flesh during Ultron's reconstruction, only systems within. Thus partial solidification and gradual opening of solar jewel. Yes, I can absorb some energy from the demon's supernatural flame. I can absorb enough to return it as a solar blast. Now it is the demons' turn to suffer, for it appears they cannot withstand natural heat. I have bested your pawns, Dormammu. Now what will you do? What will you do now, brother? Admit that you are bluffing? That your returning might is as not yet sufficient only to spirit away defenseless witches, and not to squander on battle with a determined opponent.
Have a care, Umar. I may not wish to slow the arrival of my full strength, but Dormammu can achieve whatever he desires. Like you, to whom I promised mastery of my dark domain, which I have claimed this dimension. There are many who must do my bidding.
Okay, I think that's the right order in what's okay.
Rise, Scarlet Witch!
Dazedly, she quivers in blind obedience, and rises, and subservient to this evil force now, as when she battled Moondragon in its name. So that was number 134.
My will is your will, Witch, and I demand that you destroy the Vision.
Simultaneously, the priests of Pama led their charge from the temple on the night of her 18th birthday, dressed in the clothing of the time. She was abandoned unceremoniously in Saigon, left to make her way as best she could. Within hours, men conducted her to the Vice Lord, Monsieur Kroll, her uncle, though neither of them knew it, and the supposed country girl was put to work in his waterfront bars, earning American money. So this was during the Vietnam War. This was because there's American soldiers in that. With her memory untroubled, she took quickly to the gaudy game so often played in Saigon, and it was the game which led her to approach the once dashing swordsman. Was he describing himself? Oh, I don't know. But anyway, however, it was the frail nobility within his soul which sparked a kindred fire in hers, and led her to remain with him. She was not in love, but she gave her all to this man, and begged him to return to a life he could be proud of, until he was forced to listen. That was a turning point in her life, for though she would have learned life by living anywhere, the swordsman could offer her life with the Avengers. She went with him to stand at his side, and because again she sensed a better future for herself in that direction. But then she began to compare her man to her allies, or to his allies. Oh man, just what we needed. Old Blue-Nose Kang playing third time's the charm.
Will it never end? Are we doomed to face this man who laughs at time forever? Not forever, Thunder God. He still has to become Ramatot, and then Immortus. But for now, though, I imagine he's just as determined as ever to kidnap the Celestial Madonna. Yet he has met defeat at our hands on 2 occasions. Will this man never learn?
Well, when he does, it looks like we'll be the one that's to teach him. If the Titanic 3 are gonna be okay, I say let's let him lie and go find old Blue Nose before he does some real damage. So the encounters with Kang were number 128, Avengers number 128 to 132, and giant-sized Avengers, number 2 and 3. Now, they fought Kang before that, like Avengers number 8, they fought Kang, I'm pretty sure. That's when they first fought him. I'm not too familiar with these 70s comics, I'm not too familiar with them. But my word, Hawkeye, this hath not the sound of thee in it. Why not, Goldilocks? I may have come in late, but I've learned to like our Miss Mantis, and I'm not going to let her big day be spoiled by that jerk. I'll go scout around the temple, while you flyboys take the perimeter. Okay by you?
Okay. Better watch out, Thor. The archer may be bucking for the chairman's gavel.
Huh, I hadn't even thought of that. But it isn't such a bad idea. Maybe giving orders would be a good trip to try.
Chairmanship of the mighty Avengers. Long have I been honored with the office, so it is certainly time for another to assume the duties. And yet I would find that I would rather it were on otherwise. I do enjoy the responsibility which is mine. It is a fine thing to lead such stalwarts as the Avengers. Since Captain America relinquished the job so many issues ago that even we've forgotten when. So I think this was when Captain America was nomad, when he gave up being Captain America. That's why he's not there. So speaketh the Viking god, ye, a god of thunder, with the craving of grand combat on tumultuous fields of honor. Godhood is an awesome thing, even to myself no better understood than mankind doth understand manhood. At times, one doth become more force than singular self, and today 'tis said that Mantis,
that strange, enigmatic Asian, or Vietnamese, shall ascend into godhood. My beloved Jane Foster failed in her attempt at such a step. For many years I myself had thought that the mortal Don Blake had become the mighty Thor. And so it is I do know that Mantis must be thinking in Odin's blood! Cease thy musings, churl! For in yon clearing stands... And the referring to the trials of Thor, I think that's what he's talking about. Thor number 136... Or no, actually it's another way around, number 159, so I guess they couldn't correct it in time or something. But Kang! Curse you, Thor. You may have discovered me, but you won't turn the tide of the battle this time. Nothing can keep Kang the Conqueror from the Celestial Madonna. Not 2 defeats nor 1,000, not even a Thunder God, can withstand the disillusion beam built into my uniform. Never again will I depend upon others, for others give way to weakness. For last time we met, villain, 'twas was most urgent wish to destroy thee. So that was in Giant Size Avengers number 3. Even as thou canst ignore passing time, so too can Thor. His rich voice is a booming challenge, not only to Kang but to the Elder Gods as well. For Thor is now ablaze with berserk rage! Blam! Save for the time traveler's omnipresent force field, Mjolnir's blow would tell the tale. And there's an advertisement for Mego. So these were like toys. So there's a Falcon, 1 Lizard, Green Goblin, and Hulk. There's more than that. I think there was like a Spider-Man one, there was a Superman one, there's a Batman one. I've seen commercials of them, and I've seen commercials of them, of the Mego toys. That's a commercial for them. And I put this out because this is funny. This is Count Dante. Deadliest man alive. Count Dante is the undefeated supreme grandmaster of the martial arts. Or fighting arts. And blah blah blah. Now the world's deadliest fighting secrets can be yours. Black Dragon Fighting Society. Yeah, if you guys can tell me in the comments if that's like a scam or something. I think that's a scam. Because I know there's people that did like fake martial arts in the 1970s because of how popular the Kung Fu movies were back then. So this guy could be one of those like fake rip-off martial artists. Like Steven Seagal or something like that. But anyway. Though Kang can still take tumbles in it, that force field has kept him from death more times than he can count. Now, Thor, let me utilize your hammer for a moment. Just long enough to let it conduct the full force of my disillusion ray onto your writhing body. Thus you die before my 41st century science. Everyone save Kang has some weakness, but Kang shall be strong forever. No, not God stronger than the God of Thunder, villain. I am the firstborn of Odin, Crook, and I am the leader of the mighty Avengers, who have given their friendship to Mantis. Tuck, thou art no more dedicated than I. Boom! But surely art thou the better braggart. The shock of thy fall hath rendered thee insensate. So I may finally fulfill my vow as an Avenger, for Iron Man's death at thy hands. Iron Man's death. Yeah, there's a lot happened that I didn't read, so I don't know. I guess like a future Iron Man died or something. And yet, Immortus did return, my friend to the land of the living. Mayhap the need to avenge hath now die in his stead. So yeah, Immortus is Kang in the future. That's the future Kang, is Immortus. So I shouldn't have did a British voice for Immortus. I should have had Immortus sound like Kang Conqueror. So I'm sorry about that. But nay, I shall not kill thee, Kang. 'Tis enough that thou art ours. Yeah, superheroes don't kill Thor. I don't know what he's talking about. He's talking about killing Kang. But anyway, Hawkeye the Marksman, chairman of the world-famous Avengers, announced today. Boy, that does have a ring to it. The next time I do something big, like hopefully capture Kang, I'm going to propose new elections. Then Holy Joe, it's him, in the flesh!
Curse you, Hawkeye. You may have discovered me.
Now, while you ponder that surprising little scene, because Kang's there 2 places at once.
Marvelous, brother. Even I could devise nothing more truly evil than this. In the name of the dread Dormammu, by the nature of my command, let the molten lava surround us, boil and fury this creature who battles my father.
She is not holding back. She's truly in his power. Gods. Or who's that? Gods, that one who sought my secrets, should now be... Was that Scarlet Witch talking? I don't know. This comic's really confusing. My secrets should be so used by him who holdeth me. What will he dare when he holdeth the full measures of power? The Vision is equally awed and amazed, for this is the woman he loves, who strikes at his life. Logic falters at the very thought. But it can never wholly halt for him. Even as he vanishes into a welter of fire, he becomes solid. So solid as to control every atom in his form. Like a diamond he cannot burn.
Miss Harkness taught me well, creature. I have other weapons. All things organic bow to my will, whether they be of fire, air, water, or earth. Look to this boulder now above you, and now upon you, Crump.
But I have only to become intangible to rise through stone, Wanda. I can counter all your organic powers, because I am a man of synthetics. You must remember that, Wanda. You must remember me.
I remember that though my body and clothing are man-made,
Sorry about that.
you do possess a jewel on your forehead.
Wanda, no!
A jewel that will bend to my command and empty itself of all energy within.
Your magic has beaten me. I have no way to consciously control my gem. Wanda, only you can save me now. You must remember who you are, who I am. Wanda, my strength is draining from me. The most horrible feeling I can imagine. You're killing me, Wanda. And I love you.
Vision? Vision? So, by the spirits, what have I done?
Break. You knew nothing of love when you came to the Avengers, Mantis, but they helped teach you all unknowing. For the first time you saw others with the nobility of the swordsman, and your head was turned. So I don't know, I have no idea who's possessing, someone's possessing Swordsman and talking as him, so I'm just going to do Swordsman's voice, so I don't know who's possessing him.
Please, whatever you may be, it is too much to hear of my shame from your lips, so like the ones this one betrayed. He speaks not of betrayal, Mantis. No, daughter. He speaks of exploring the limits of your humanity, your attraction to glamour, your competitiveness, your selfishness, loneliness, lust. All that passes for love and is not. All that you have learned, you could not love with so much of you still bottled up inside. Thus there came a time when you needed to learn that there is more about life. You are saying that this one could not only be a priestess, or only a creature of impulse.
Exactly. And who better to teach you than Libra, the balance? As a chieftain in an international crime cartel, I was always assured I could encounter you, no matter where you were or what you were doing. Man, there's a lot happening. Jeez. Okay, so the association with the Avengers is probably one of those coincidences that probably wasn't, and simplified the situation immeasurably. I told Taurus of your empathetic nature, and he saw a chance of defeating old foes. Thus, Avengers number 120. Then, after he failed, as I knew he would against such opponents, I related enough of your past to make you question your life. You were too strong to relinquish yourself easily.
But when you grasped for the vision, a pillar of stability, and yet a man unalterably in love with another. You ensured that your life of fertility would end, that you would awaken to a more complete conception of existence. Curse you, Dormammu! I am free of your hellish spells now, and I'll make you pay for what you made me do.
You impotent human! You were brought here to suffer my vengeance, as a means of occupying my time, until I can attack all the earth, and that is all you shall do today. I need only cast a fresh enchantment, stronger even as I am stronger, and submerge your headstrong nature once again. Then you, your lover, and your mentor will. Vishanti be cursed! I feel no effect.
Did you think that my Wanda would fail to free me from your sorcery when she awakened, Dread One? She has been an Avenger too long for such selfishness, and I am more learned than she or Clea, so I can return her to solicitude and protect her from you. At least, long enough for me to make use of my power over the organic one final time, and strike at the fire to which you are so firmly bound. On my first day as a true witch, I drew a meteor from the heavens, and the molten lava from this core.
So giant-sized Avengers number 2.
So I can cool this lava now. All I need is sufficient cause, and you've certainly given me that.
Gods, this cannot be. I must have lava's full heat for my regeneration. Oh my!
See Doctor Strange number 7.
At your side, my brother. His growth must not be halted, for though he knows it not, I have plans for his power myself. I'll flay the old one.
You'll do no such thing, woman, for since unlike your brother, you are not a creature of pure force, and animate, instead a humanoid form, you shall feel the power of the vision. Or did you think Wanda would help Miss Harkness and forget me?
Pain, human pain! Ah!
The goddess in the mystic bonds bursts with mellow joy. She has known from the start that only Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, could win her freedom, but any mother revels in her children's achievements.
Cease, desist. I can afford no further heat losses. I sew peace between us.
You cave in quickly for one who was so bloodthirsty before. How do I know I can trust you?
Ask of me what you will, witch.
All right, I want your word that the vision, Miss Harkness, and I can return to Earth's surface without further fear of you or your sister. I want your word that you will free the Earth Spirit, and I want your word that you will abandon your plans to conquer Earth Dimension.
You try me greatly, witch, but so be it. Fool, I kept a similar vow to Doctor Strange, for I owed him a debt at that time. But I owe you only hatred.
So that was in Strange Tales number 127 and Doctor Strange number 3.
You shall leave in peace to allay your suspicions, but when I rise from the pit, you shall regret your trust of me.
And rise he will, in next month's issue of Doctor Strange. However, right now,
nothing can keep Kang the Conqueror from the Celestial Madonna.
I don't like being called nothing, Blue Nose. Not while I can give you the shaft like so.
Can you, Archer? What good is even an explosive arrow against a man with a disillusion beam, and a force field to protect him from its effects?
Let's see. If I got that one right, do I really go on for the really big money? Boom! Duck, you sucker! That guy's bound and determined not to see the error of his ways, like Ramatut said he would. So that's Giant-Sized Avengers number 2. Since Ramatut is him in the future, you gotta admire Kang's bullheadedness, even if you can't say much for his brains. But after our last go-around, I gave a lot of thought to knocking out his defenses, seeing as how my life on having the right arrows in handy, and there's no time like the present to check if he was right.
What? Gas arrows! My force field can't keep out air, or else I would suffocate. But,
I got him! He's down! Huh? What's going on, Iron Man?
That's what I was going to ask you, Avenger. Who's that?
That's Kang. Who's that?
That's Kang too. At least he said he was when Kang found the Kang when I found him, and he fought like Kang.
Then who be this Avengers? 3 Kangs. And where Iron Man doth no armour, I know mortal men. As Dr. Don Blake. So that's by L. These be neither robots nor androids. They all have heartbeats.
Kang's decoyed us. Let's get back to the temple.
And yet the temple pulses with the harmony of peace, more fervently than any time in its 20,000-year history.
This one is prepared to believe all you said. You and my father have said,
Verdant One.
but she still does not understand why it should be.
You understand, but you will not admit it.
The humanity in you always shines like the sun.
Woman, have you not seen that you are to marry that tree?
To marry that tree? Okay.
What did you say?
You saw the priests and Rama bring him here. He is the eldest Kotati on earth, and in the prime of his life. He has passed his years on the spot, completing his mental powers, till he's the perfect plant. Now he seeks the perfect union.
So she's gonna marry a tree. Okay. That's really weird.
This is insane. You are playing some monstrous game with this one. She cannot marry a tree. And even if she couldn't never become the Madonna, because they could not have a child.
Of course. One can only mate with one's own species. That is why this one chose to reanimate this body after you buried it in this one's shade. You love the swordsman. It was my wedding gift to you. You see? But now we need no clumsy words. Touch your forehead to my bark, and you'll finally know all.
Slowly, solemn yet suspicious, she does so, and her eyes unfocus. So this is probably the weirdest comic I've ever read. It's weird. Avengers Mansion. Oh, Avengers Mansion. For a time I thought we would never see it again.
Yes, so did I, when I woke to find you dying, and knew that my hand had struck you down. Miss Harkness, must we resume my instruction right away? Might I not talk to Vision a little while?
My child, this is your house. I'm only a guest here. Besides, you are the woman who just saved the world as well as 3 of its occupants. Quite skillfully, too, I might add. You'd make me feel silly asking my permission to do anything.
Then, Miss Harkness, I believe we would like to speak privately.
Oh, I can tell you don't want an old woman around, though I'd love to hear what you have to say to each other. And in case you didn't understand me before, your instruction is complete. Wanda, you're a free woman. From now on, you'll learn for yourself.
And there's like some advertisements for Marvel stickers. There's Conan up here, I read that recently. There's Iron Man, Captain America, Luke Cage, Hulk, Daredevil, Thor, and Spider-Man, and The Thing. And I think that's it. So yeah, there's stickers. But then Agatha Harkness scampers upstairs, most unlike any proper old woman, leaving a soft silence behind. Wanda, she spoke of your instruction, but it's I who has been learning over the past few months. First we were apart because we quarreled, then because you were immersed in bettering yourself. And for the first time I lived a life without your warmth. I found that such a life was far more barren than life with us together. I didn't truly realize how I felt, or that I felt as deeply as I do, until Mantis offered herself to me, and I felt no desire to accept her. Wanda, you are the only woman for me. I can make you happy. Forget all the human rules, and please, marry me.
To blazes with rules! What am I worried about why you say you loved me, darling? Is it just because you were the first girl I was the first girl you met?
No, Wanda. It is partially because my life is that of an Avenger, and I could only love a woman who can understand that life. But much more than that, I love you as a woman, because I am finally fully aware of myself as a man. I am no longer a mysterious synthezoid of unknown origin. Now I know all my life, and that I was created to be a human by a human partner. Now I can be your man for all my synthetic flesh.
I know you can. Don't you see? Love is for souls, not bodies. Yes, Vision. Yes, I'll marry you.
You mean you? That is we, you and me?
No, don't go on human on me all at once, darling. Stammering's not your style. I mean, yes, yes, yes! Yes, this one knows everything now. The restraints have fallen from her memories, and she sees that all you have said is the truth. And moreover, she has also effortlessly achieved total communication with the Kotati's inner spirit. It is perfect, and it completes this one's human soul perfectly. Yes, she will marry him, yes!
There will be no marriage unless all of us keep watch, my friends. We've clear evidence that Kang lurks once more among us.
Kang? He was not part of this one's plan?
I know not of anyone's plans. For that very reason, we must stand ready for anything.
Even this thunder god?
Kang's time sphere, warping above us.
Faster than any of you can move, I enclose my bride to be in my force field. And now I take her at my leisure. This was my most brilliant strategy of the war. As a time traveler, I can journey to the same moment many times from different points in the future. Thus I appeared 3 other times this day. I expected you to take longer in battling my other selves. But even with your early return, I yet emerged victorious. Despite all predictions, Kang has captured the Celestial, proving me the most powerful man on Earth. And when Mantis mates with me, I shall become ruler of the heavens. Now, my dear, to the ends of the universe, and to the ends of time.
Well, that's pretty messed up. Anyway. Odin's blood, the fates weave too cruel a web. Come, we must follow him somehow.
But then, no, let him go.
Immortus, that was Kang, and he stole away Mantis.
It is not important. Look here, I found the Vision and these others in Avengers Mansion, and I brought them to you safe.
But Mantis?
Oh, come into the temple, then, if you are disposed to be discourteous. You will remember that I brought a large box with me when I arrived at the temple earlier.
Avengers number 135.
And within it waits our Mantis.
What?
Come on, no Avengers. You will also remember that in addition to being the Master of Time, I am also the ruler of Limbo. Though in all my realm I have but one subject.
Wait a minute, I never made the connection before.
What are you telling us? Yes, Hawkeye. Mantis appeared in this box just moments ago, when Kang's sphere first drew everyone's attention to the sky. It was then that he must obey me at the expense of his own desires, change places with her. He who must now have revealed himself as Kang, to Kang as the Space Phantom.
Believe me, Kang, I like it no better than you. So he's from Avengers number 2 and number 106 to 108.
No! By all the time of creation, I cannot be outmaneuvered again.
The Space Phantom was forced to lie within the simulated limbo of Immortus's box, until this one faced danger, as Immortus, being Kang of the future, knew she would. Yet this is a meaningless event, compared to the new life form which will soon enter the cosmos, the fruit of union between the human race and the Kotati. It is truly clear to you then, beloved. Yes, beloved. Humans deal broadly with life, but not deeply. While plants deal deeply, but not broadly. One has mobility, the other mind control. There must be a mingling of the two for the benefit of both. If there's any mingling going on, the Vision and I want in on it.
Yes, for we have also decided to marry.
We'll all be. So it is, Iron Man. As a sovereign of sorts, I planned to solemnize one wedding today.
That's wonderful, really wonderful. And 2 is twice the honor.
Yet, hold for one more moment, Immortus, ere the ceremonies do commence. I move that the Avenger bestow the highest honor in our power to grant, and make a Mantis officially one to us.
Avengers assemble!
You cannot
know what your words mean to this one, even at a time like this. Thank you, one and all. I am happy that she is happy, Vision. I didn't like her for a long time, but she has her destiny, and we have ours.
Then with lightened step, they adjourn once more to the temple garden. These special men and women who so seldom celebrate joy, and they are 2 men who are more than men, stand proudly beside 2 women who are more than women, and bonds beyond words unite each his own. And then incredibly, the moment is completed and gone.
Farewell, Avengers. This one cannot say if we shall ever meet again, but she will never forget what you did for her.
It hath been our privilege to be of service, Mantis.
This is the end of life as you know it, beloved. Have you any regrets, doubts? None, beloved. This one has lived as she would, and now we 2 shall live as we will. Thus I allow my body to become the purest of energy, and if you surrender yourself, you can also achieve this state.
And I guess they blast off in the tree. Okay. So, well, come on, people. I, for one, am ready for some serious shut-eye after all this hoopla. Let's go home. Not us, Hawkeye. Wanda and I have a honeymoon to attend to. Oh yeah, I forgot. And so Mantis leaves the Avengers' lives, still in many ways a mystery, and yet she leaves behind one certain legacy. For now, whenever these beings look upon their great green planet, they see not only Earth in the sky, but the heavens beyond as well. They'll think themselves in perspective and realize how small they really are, and marvel at the many mysteries still unplumbed. The end. And that's the end of that story, so hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you all for 600 subscribers, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.